So having private business meetings where you strategize how you're going to give them the time they need to get their application in before regulations are set in place is a huge deal.
Now, wait a minute, let's take that sentence apart. Nobody had a private business meeting to strategize how they could get their, that is wrong, completely wrong. That's just made up hyperbole and projection by
Okay.
you.
What Ryan is saying is that we still have to have the designation, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Not right, but correct?
I don't think they could decide on the 19th. The question is whether or not Ryan's interpretation as a private utility is the correct determination. There's probably other nuances to it, but if they say this determination is wrong, then we don't have any, then I guess it goes back to Ryan to make a whole different determination. I mean,
You're just making up everything.
That try to give you as much ammo by dropping 53 and making a nice article about it, and it'll this is before the 19th, right? Would
well, I think
be the
it kind
idea?
of depends on Cliff's input.
No,
I'll think about that for a second. I mean, look.
Had tried to work around the appeals process and delay the moratorium and following Cliff. Chris, you were there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wrote down here my marching orders. I'd like to know what my marching orders are. No one's given me any marching
Yeah,
orders.
several times. What?
So the marching orders would be this. In order for the project to go to the drive-in site, the moratorium has to have the IPD language in there.
Or it has to be passed after we file an application. It would be cleaner if it had a carve out for IPD.
Like, I don't want to go back again and now shove it through, and then somebody picks it up in the newspaper, and then we're in a bed, and then.
No, I'm just trying to figure, we need to leave here, right, with clear marching orders.
Okay.
Or
You're just making up everything. But nobody has said anybody's stiff-arming anybody. Where that came from is a total mischaracterization or lie.
What?
I don't think private utility is just something they grabbed onto to try to, you know.
It is.
I mean,
And that's why
it
they
might go away for most of them, but some of them will try to keep hanging on to it, but just don't just stiff arm them, you know.
Okay, Cliff.
I did not say we would stiff arm anybody. Whoever said that is wrong. You stood up and said that officials have colluded with Western Hospitality.
On a meeting on the
That is-
22nd,
Mr.
that is
let me
collusion,
speak.
sir.
I let you speak, now let me speak. Now, you said we colluded. Colluded is a word that is a very negative word, implies a secrecy and deceit. No one here has colluded with anyone. No one here has colluded with anyone.
It's going to come down to what the board rules on the 19th, because right now, we still just have private utility to rely on. So whether we take them out of the moratorium or not, if the board says it doesn't fit private utility, or they do, I think that's the most important
Okay,
decision.
hold on, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm asking Barry if that's I mean, we want to make sure that our process is defendable for a win.